we invited for giving this input to the students. So it will be very useful to the students for upcoming projects when they are doing the projects in the same domain. And I will introduce Sir already known you people.
Sir actually mentioned about what is green. Green is a costly one. It's a costly item that is available. Right now we are standing underneath this particular neem tree. Can people say what is the importance of the neem tree?
Sir, oxygen.
Medically, lot of values we have, and oxygen wise, it can liberate per day. It can liberate 20% of the oxygen that can be generated across the globe. I mean to say, in this particular area, if you look at the oxygen sustainability of oxygen over, this particular tree can give you 20% of that particular oxygen. And majority of the people have observed early morning. Traditionally, we may not be following it now. I don't know how many of you do it actually. Traditionally, we may not be following. Many times we might have observed, or we have observed, there is a tulsi plant that is kept in front of our house, right? What is the need of a tulsi plant?
Positive.
Practically speaking, tulsi plant which is facing towards the east over, and that particular tulsi plant, when a tulsi plant is being illuminated by sunlight, it can liberate a quantity of oxygen which can be sustainable for 4 human beings. Did you know this calculation? I mean to say that is the reason why practical people planted tulsi plant in front of their houses, just to make sure that they get pure oxygen. It may not be for hours together. The moment when sunlight is happening over, that particular radiation, when it falls on the plant, starts liberating so much of oxygen, which can be sustainable because 4 people, I mean, say 4 human beings can sustain that particular moment of pure set of oxygen. And if we'll take a different sets of examples, today if you look at this particular tree, if you take the same example of a tree, it can have a lot of, termites growing upon itself. Termites will grow, you might have observed it. A lot of trees planted over will have termites. What is the reason for termites growing upon a tree or any structure? When does termites start growing? Or when do they build houses? The moment they find some food. What is the food? The food is nothing but the dead cells. It's not a raw bark, it's a dead bark of the plant. So everywhere if you look at, nature has its own ways of healing, its own ways of curing things. So, but unfortunately on the Environment Day we take an initiative to celebrate that particular day by planting one tree. But unfortunately, due to the change of climate, we are not even bothered to plant the tree and feed it regular basis. How many of you, for example, if you take over, you might have planted trees. Because I myself have taken your batch students on like this. You had been to GKVK. Yes, sir. We planted a tree there. We planted a tree a couple of years back, right? Last year or something. Has anyone bothered to go and water it over there? Nobody does that because it's a sensation that we take over on that particular day to create some awareness. We plant and leave it. But sustainability is not that. Sustainability is about today. Sustainability is about how do we take it for the next generations too. So this particular plant here in our would have been planted not 1 or 2 decades back. Agreeing all of you? So it is still sustaining for us, our generation. It can go for the next generation also. So sustainability in terms of environment development will be with respect to creating an ecosystem for today and continuing the same ecosystem for the next generations to come around. Got it? So likewise, if you take any set of examples, see, conserving water. To take an example of conserving water now, what is the mechanism how water conservation is happening globally? Any idea? Rainwater harvesting is it's a buzzword, it's a concept that we take over. But practically speaking, how is it actually initiated? How is the thought process that's happening over to conserve the rainwater? We are not bothered, right? See, actually, practically speaking, the main inspiration or the main motivation for this is a beetle. Have you observed a beetle? Creature. Have you observed it? What kind of texture does it have on the body? Very smooth and very slimy, right? Not necessarily slimy, it's a very smooth and textured one. What is the reason for that particular structure of a body? You know how does beetle drink water? Does it go and suck the water from any source? It creates its own source. Because it has got a body structure where that particular structure will help it to encapsulate all the water tube particles that is the entire night. It will not move from one particular place. It will stay at one particular place and from that particular place stay in the same resting condition for more than 8 hours. Because that particular 8 hours, it has got a body encapsulation where it can collect all the dewdrops, and the body structure is spoken in such a way that the connectivity is directly taken towards mouth. So what happens is the dewdrops gets collected over and the same dewdrop is being fed to it as a food. So it will not search for a source. That's what my motivation to tell you people is. It will not search for a source. In turn, it will create its own source of water. Why I'm telling you this is, if you take a generations of our grandparents, 3 decades back, none of them believed water would be stored in a container because water was abundantly available. None of them even had a visualization that water can be stored in different containers or bottles. Today we are paying for water, yes or no? Trust me, in couple of years to come over, it's already started now. Couple of years to come over, we might be carrying, each one of us, the way how we are carrying water bottle, each one of us might be carrying pack of oxygen in our pockets.